clusters breathing, gates in orbit seem, thin borders whisper where the paths convene. Planets lean toward numbered mouths of light, reach of stars that teach us how to fight. Agents stir the court along the map's far rim. Ships stand fresh, cities flip when chances dim. Adjacency decides who gets to move. Measure systems answer to a chapter's heartbeat counts our hidden hands. When every chord is dust, the scoring stands. Ambitions wake and mark the power trail. Zero waits to paint them black. We set the lead and let the pulses swell. Prelude flickers, engines hum a spell, and in the reach the like a gate before the rain.
turn the loyal, take their rivals deep. Captured promises in tiny glass. Agents sleep as captives in a box of brass. Ambition tastes their names like iron wine. The tyranny of numbers draws a line. Ransack and lament for shattered stone. When buildings break, the court becomes your own. Outrage stains the sigil of that world. The discards flutter planetary furl. Guild sigils glow with suits that tilt the scale. Their rules unfold like banners in a gale. Relic, scenic, tying fates to score. Material fuel, they're keeping Tali's lore.
From dawn till noon to say airports prime the run. Drop ships like beads through gates from one to one. Get above the groove, into me. Another's guarded mouth, a hardened beat. With one still luster, round town leaves his grace. A comet syllables in measured space.
Confused, the system set the dice to roll. Assault strikes quick but cuts the attacker's soul. Skirmish keeps you safe, a slower blade. Raid steals thunder where the stores are laid. Hits fall first upon your brave advance, then intercepts if fresh defenders dance. Ships then buildings take the ordered pain. The trophies tally what remains. Spend the raid cost, pry the slots apart. Card a resource yields its guarded heart, but only if attackers still remain, else silent wreckage washes clean.
Stone to smoke, a city splits in two. You flip the world and all its colors blue. Outrage marks your board with careful shame. Discard the planet's kindling and its name. Ransack strip to kick, a 5-note cell with contour up P feet. And strip to kick, a 5-note cell with contour up in P. And strip to kick, a 5-note cell with contour up and feet. I can glean from tokens, deals and more. The first blank to keep. The 5-note cell with caution, P feet, P feet. Chapters and the engine counts its keeps. Power rises where the warehouse sleeps. Go to city windows, lift the gate. Uncovered numbers, sweet.
A 5-note of contour up its.
Arrival city tea, take the dew. One agent falls into your captive blue. Secure the card and gather quiet men. The meter ticks to iron 10.
captives breathe like echoes in a cage. They count a crown, they count a wage. At chapter's close, the numbers weigh. The tyrant walks away with day. Outrage murmurs from the scene of theft, but still the tally favors what is left. The court remembers every stolen name and carves them in the tyrant's frame. We choose our scepters, ink or chain. Some rulers harvest toil, some pain. The marker flips, the chapter clears, the meter feeds on quiet fears.
Finds a box, a cabinet of battles, brutal clocks. Trophies shine with heat that doesn't fade. The warlord song in metal aid. Assault or skirmish, choose your way to scar. The raid's a thief who steals the star, but ships destroyed become a crimson choir. Warlord counts in trophy fire.
tokens bright, the keeper I sings through loss and night, a quiet oath to set things chapters balances align, the keeper's calm becomes design. First place carves a circle in the dark, a halo on the
leitmotif, a five note counter epicsy, a viol of thought that a galaxies have heard. Icons gather, minds like lantern flame. The empath's count becomes a name. Prelude answers to the lead card's law, a borrowed action sung without a flaw. Spend and fade and breathe the echo back, a phantom hand along the track.
and at the
answering. They teach the reach what resonance can bring. Icons glint and counted, then depart. A power measured by the heart.
Declare before you act, the zero falls. A marker set where future power calls. Ambitions pile like steps of painted stone. 3 flips deep, and how much first has grown.
In chapters and we clean the board of pain. Return the trophies, captives count what's gained.
Flip the lowest to its brighter face. Advance the chapter, reset pace. 27, 30, 33. The thresholds hum in measured gravity.
For chapter 5 inscribes the final line. The winner traced in power's design.
We draw new hands, the reach resets its breath. 6 cards cradle life and little deaths. Another act, another ruthless proof. Ascending math beneath the roof.
27, 30, 33. The thresholds hum in measured gravity. For chapter 5 inscribes the final line. The winner traced in power's design.
6 clusters breathing, gates in orbit seen. Thin borders whisper where the paths convene. Planets lean toward numbered mouths of light, reach of stars that teach us how to fight.
Agents stir the court along the map's far rim. Ships stand fresh, cities flip when chances dim. Adjacency decides who gets to move, controls the measure systems answer to.
A chapter's heartbeat counts our hidden hands. When every card is dust, the scoring stands. Ambitions wake and mark the power track. The quiet zero waits to paint them black. We set the lead and let the pulses swell. Prelude flickers, engines hum a spell. And in the reach, the opening refrain holds stillness like a gate before the rain. Ransacking lament for shattered stone. When buildings break, the court becomes your own.
Outrage stains the sigil of that world. The discards flutter, planetary fur. Guild sigils glow as suits that tilt the scale. Their rules unfold like banners in a gale. Relics ionic tying fates to score. Material fuel they're keeping Tali's lore.
From loyal docks to starports prime the run. Drop ships like beads through gates from one to one. Catapult paths are clean until they meet another's guarded mouth, a hardened beat. We thread the clusters, counting leaps as grace. A comet syllables in measured space. Stop short where rival watchfires hold the door. floor. Motif uses as a cruise beside the stars, adjusting tree line above the groove. Thunder the mercy star, but it's more gift. We live between the lines of catapult drift. To stop his growth.
gets into. You flip the world and all its colors blue. Outrage marks your board with careful shame. Discard that planet's kindling and its name.
Ransack the court where debts are kept. Take rivals' agents where their wagers slept. Trophies ring like bells of beaten gold. The ledger of the ruins we control.
Outraged goods can't fuel their normal art, but count for certain dreams within your heart.
You tax them still, you hold them to the light. A paradox that colors every fight.
And when the bolt proceeds from iron skies, we find the cost in eyes that won't reprise. Mechanisms turn, unfeeling tight. The planet sleeps beneath the night.
Material stacked like hymnals on a shelf. Fueling rows that hum with patient wealth. Icons gleam from tokens, guilds, and more. The first place someone locks the door. Prelude bargains, build and move on cue. Spend and breathe and let the loop renew. But hoarding sings the loudest, sweetest tune. Reserves become a silver moon. A chapter text, the engine counts its keeps. Power rises where the warehouse sleeps. Bonus city windows lift the gain. Uncovered numbers, sweet and rain. Then strip to kickless, bail and move on cue. Spend and breathe and let the loop renew. But hoarding sings the loudest, sweetest tune. Reserves become a silver moon. The reach keeps scoring quiet metal tones, a ballast made of crates and bones. Tycoon hearts beat steady, full and slow. They win by letting ledges grow. Then strip to Kika's build and move on cue. Spend and breathe and let the loop renew. But hoarding sings the loudest, sweetest tune. Reserve become a silver moon.
The rival city, take the dew. One agent falls into your captive room. Secure the cord and gather quiet in. The meter ticks to iron tail. chapters close, the numbers weigh. The tyrant walks away at fate. The grinning and the beetle fade, but still the tally favor rivals reign. And cars them and then dawn a tyrant's frame. Oh, cars them in the tyrant's frame.
We choose our scepters, ink or chain. Some rulers harvest oil, some pain. The marker flips, the chapter clears. The meter feeds on quiet fears.
Trophy fire! When chapters end, the banners lift the score. First place burns bright, then less for more. Clean up returns, what rage has penned. Flip markers, breathe, begin again. Like a second skin, a weight that proves we dare to win. The box is full, the hands are scarred, the fire names the warlord's card.
secure the whisper, corded into hand. When secured, command obeys its strand. Lore waits in shadows, guilds in open sight. Collect, protect, and keep the
Destroy your relics, city, pay the vow. Discard their kindly outrage symbol now. But still the keeper sings through loss at night, a quiet oath to ends when the chapter's balance is aligned. The keeper's calm becomes design. First place carves a circle in the dark, a halo on the power
leitmotif, a 5-note with contour, have meant to down megawatt.
Icons gather, flies light and filet.
The empath's card becomes a name.
Preludes to the lead chord's lore. A borrowed old ancient song without a flaw. Cleaned and Declare before you act, the zero falls, a marker set where future power calls. Ambitions pile like steps of painted stone, 3 flips deepen how much first has grown. When chapters end, we clean the board of pain, return the trophies, captives count what's gained. Flip the lowest to its brighter face, advance the chapter, reset pace. 27, 30, 33, the thresholds hum in measured gravity. Or chapter 5 inscribes the final line.